Greetings, class, and welcome back to IT 158. This recording here will be for Lab 9, I believe, where we go in and set up IPv6 in the Ubuntu server. There's some tricks to this, and if you're not very familiar with Linux or Linux networking, well, you will be by the end of this video. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the course room here. And so for this IPv6 configuration, we need to go into our Ubuntu server that we've already made. If you're doing this in NetLabs, do the same way. You just go into NetLabs and log in. The credentials, I think I posted in an announcement. It's administrator, all lowercase a, with that CST password. So I'm going to do this in VMware. And before I do that, you should have already done this. I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to run my Windows Server static because I'm going to set up the IPv6 networking on it at the same time. I think you did this last week. And then we're going to do the same thing with Ubuntu. Okay. And we're going to maybe do a little bit of testing here at the end. So let me just clear that. So I've already logged into Ubuntu, but for those of you who have not, once you launch this in NetLab or here, if you've created your own credentials and you have your own password, that's fine. If you're using this in NetLab, the username is administrator. The password is that CST password. All right. And you notice that you land as a normal user. So a couple things. And I get asked this all the time. I can't do the thing in the lab because it gives me permission denied. If you look at the prompt right here, it gives you a $sign. That means you are a standard user. You do not have elevated privileges. You are not a root user. You do not have root privileges. So you have a couple different things you can do. For example, let's go ahead and change the directory to netplan where the YAML file is that we need to modify. Okay, so there's the YAML file. So if I just try to cat it from here, 50, and I'm using tab complete a lot, you get that permission denied. I see that a lot. Well, if you put sudo in front of it, it'll then ask you for your password, that CST password. You put that in, and it'll show it to you. Okay. 1 second, I need to clear this file so I can show you how everything is done. Actually, I'm going to do you one better. So I've already previously configured this. A couple tips and tricks. So if you use Nano or Vim or VI and you go into that file, oh, permission denied. That's because I didn't use sudo. See, if you do that, you'll get that permission number. So let me just get out of this. If I put sudo in front of it, I'll be able to get into it. All right, and there it is. This is how your file should look at the end of the day. Okay, you have your IP address for IPv4. You have your gateway for IPv4. You have the gateway 6, and then all your DNS information on your name servers. You're making it version 2. I'm assuming that the interface name is ENS33. You can check that really easily by doing an IPA, IP space A, and you can see that that is your interface name. If your interface name is something different, when you go into this file, that will be changed. It won't be ENS33. It will be something different. I have this file saved, and I will go ahead and post it into the announcements. So if you want to use it, that's fine. Now, testing. A couple things you need to make sure that are working on your network. All right. So once you have this all set and done and saved, all right, perfect. You need to go into your VM network editor. If you go up to VMware, And you don't have to do this in NetLab. It should work in NetLab. So you don't have to worry about this. This has already been done for you. But you want to make sure that you have that 192.168.1 network there that is set up on VMnet 8 for NAT. If it's not set, if you have a different IP other than this, change your settings, click yes. All right, highlight it, and then you would change it right here. Okay. You can keep DHCP settings on, you can turn it off, what have you. If you're using your DHCP server in your own VMware, turn that off and use your DHCP server. Just remember, if you ever need DHCP services and you're not running your DHCP server, you turn that back on with that checkbox. Okay. So that's very important. All right, so my IP setup is all done here in Ubuntu. Now, I think in a previous lab, we had done this with the servers as well. Now, I don't believe you have to do this for the assignment, but I just kind of want to do everything and complete it and bring it home. But the assignment says configure IPv6 on the Windows Server and with stack address there. All right, configure IPv6 on the Windows Server that has, your DHCP static IP address. That's just a repeat, isn't it? Oops. And then configure it on the Linux server. This is all in the document. So let me bring this up here real fast. So where's the IP address of? All right, so there's 2019. To get into this, and this is the easy part of the lab. So I'm gonna go and get here. Excuse me. Network and sharing center, change adapter settings. I want to get to my Ethernet adapter and go into properties. And I've already done this for, okay, there's my .200. So that one's already good. It's already set up from a previous lab. So I need to go in here and set up the IPv6. All right. So right now it's set to do DHCP. We don't want that. We're going to set this to that. 1 second, I'm gonna move this over here so I can read off the lab. Again, I'm going to be reading straight off the lab here. The IPv6 address for the Windows server is 1:2:3:4: A, B, C, D. Well, so let's put that in. 1:2:3:4: A, B, C, D. All right, cool. And the subnet prefix is 64. And you don't have to worry about a DNS default gateway for now. If you wanted to put a default gateway in there, if you did a IP config/all on your Windows box, all right, you could find it. You're not going to be able to do this in NetLab, so don't even worry about it. I'll look for that VMnet 8. That is my NAT adapter. There it is. Link local. So that's going to be it right there. I could put that in there for the gateway. Or 866. So this is, again, specific to my system. You can find that on yours. Again, it'll be under that IPv. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Oops. Default gateway's right here. So it'll end with that default gateway. So mine's going to be FE80::250 :56FF :FEC0 :2222. All right. And I also put a DNS server in here for it as well. So I have a couple of DNS servers. So I do the ::1. I also put one of these other uh, DNS servers in there that I have. So I'll do that real quick just for giggles. As an alternate DNS, FEC 0 colon 0 colon 0 colon FFFF colon 1. Looks like. All right, click OK on that. Click close on that. So my IP address is all set there. So now, let's just take stock here real fast. So if I bring up a command prompt here, and I do a IP config all more. All right, you can see that there's all my IP settings. There's my IP address 1 colon 2 colon 3 colon 4 colon ABCD. All right. Now on my Ubuntu server, all right, do IPA. There is my IPv6. So it's 1 colon 2 colon 3 colon 4 colon BCDE. All right. So pause here real quick. And we're going to do a ping. Now, the thing you have to keep in mind, it may not work with the IPv6 ping because of the firewall on the Windows box. So you might have to drop the firewall on the Windows box for it to work. And when you're all done, you should be able to ping yourself. 1 colon 2 colon 3 colon 4 colon BCDE, right? Get that wrong. One colon 2 colon 3 colon 4 colon BCDE. All right. A, B, C, D. And it works. So I can actually ping the Windows server. I can't ping myself for whatever reason, but I can ping the Windows server. That's pretty incredible. And then on the Windows server, I don't know if I'll be able to ping. I should be able to ping myself. I don't know if you'll be able to ping the Ubuntu server. If you ping one, though, you have connectivity. So ping 1 colon 2 colon 3 colon 4 colon ABCD. That's me. And yes, I get replies. And BCDE. So I have something wrong on my stack on my Ubuntu server, which is really strange. Cat, Etsy, net plan, sudo cat. That's a little strange, but it's close enough. So if you get one ping to work, it will be just fine, but you don't have to show that anyway. I'm just looking for the config files, and that's that. So yeah, there's a little bit of work that you have to do in Ubuntu. with working around with the YAML files, remember the sudo to put in front of your commands to go and edit them. One last thing here for to go in. I don't think I showed it to you. Once you're into the file, you need to hit the insert key. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to hit this insert key if you're using Nano. You just move the cursor around and you can edit how you like and change everything else. Again, one key thing, make sure that you have the spaces correctly. I'll upload that YAML file in an announcement right now. But make sure you have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one over, 6, 7, 8, 9th one over, 10, 11, 12, 13th one over. It's really important. It's really, really important because it's like a programming language. YAML is like a programming language. And if you don't have the spacing correctly, it won't like it when you do the net plan apply. So once you're done with this, right, and you control X, and you hit yes, and you save it, right? Uh-oh, what did I do? Uh-oh. See, whack, Etsy, whack, net plan. Oh, there it is. Woo! So it looks like I saved it to do different ones. Oops. RM-F. YAMLs. There we go. Once you save it and everything else, you would do net plan apply or net plan dash apply. Sudo net plan. There we go. Sudo net plan apply. And if you get warnings, that's fine. You need to do this in order for it to take up the IP addresses, just like you did with IPv4. Okay, so don't forget that step either. That is your last step. And when you do an IPA, it'll all be there. All your information will be there. That's it. So I'm going to sign off here for this lab. Good luck. Happy IP addressing. And we'll see you next time.